What's up everyone, how's it going? Simon here from CD Revival once again, and today I'm going to go through a CD collection video. I've not done one of these for a little while, so I'm just going to take you through the D's basically of my CD collection. So yeah, pretty much all of those. I've done like a couple with like Bruce Dickinson, Dio, Danzig rankings, so I'll quickly show them again as well. And anything else I've got with D, apart from Dream Theater, which I'm going to do a ranking on shortly. I need a little bit of outside help for that one, and also Def Leppard, which I'm going to do, probably will be my next video as well. So yeah, so I'm just going to quickly take you through my stuff that begins with D. Fairly eclectic mix, a few different bits and pieces. We'll see what we've got. First one, a few Depeche Mode ones. I've got this one here, which is the singles collection, 86 to 98, so quite a lot, double CD, all their sort of greatest hits if you like. So that's a pretty good one if you like Depeche Mode. Excellent album, good collection. As you can see, yeah, 2 discs in that one. Can't even get it open. Oh yeah, 2 discs. Yeah. So yeah, Enjoy the Silence, Personal Jesus, Stripped, you know, all the good stuff from them. So yeah, enjoyable. I've got Depeche Mode Violator, which is probably my favourite album of theirs. That's got, yeah, it's the original. Enjoy the Silence came from that. Personal Jesus as well. World in My Eyes. A lot of really good stuff on that one. I think for me, my personal favourite of their albums. I've got Ultra by Depeche Mode. That's the album that followed it. Barrel of a Gun on this one, really good one. Some decent stuff, so when they start to get a little bit heavier, so that's really cool. Yeah, and I've also got Sounds of the Universe by them, which was a bit of a more recent one, although it's probably, I don't know, 10-12 years old. Not sure exactly when it came out. Standard. That's that one there. Yeah. Good album though, say one of the more recent ones. Yeah, some good bits on there. I believe they've got a new album coming out fairly soon, but yeah, a band that I do enjoy. A couple from the band Death. I've got Human, which a lot of people rate as their best album. I think it is decent, so I've only got a couple from them. Obviously a death metal band. Some really good stuff on there. They're not my favourite death metal band, to be honest with you, but they are obviously good, very influential. Yeah, some really good ones on there. Lack of Comprehension, Suicide Machine. Excellent. The other one I've got by them is Sound of Perseverance, which I prefer. Obviously it's a quite proggy album, this one. Deathy but also proggy. Yeah, some really good stuff on here. Scavenger of Human Sorrow, Spirit Crusher, To Forgive Is to Suffer. Some, yeah, superb album. I think this was their last album. 1998 this one came out, but yeah, longer songs, proggier, really good album, that one. Do enjoy that one. What else have we got here? A couple that I was given from my brother. Decimation, Decimator in fact. Dirty, Hot and Hungry, this one's called. Really not too sure, I haven't listened to this yet, didn't get it very long ago. Out on Neat Records, 1992 this one came out. That's that one there. If you think that's worth checking out, let me know in the comments. And another one by them, Carnage City State Mosh Patrol, so I can pretty much guess what they are. I guess they're like a thrash band. Once again on Neat Records, and this was 1989, so slightly earlier, that one. Then we've got a few by Dan Reed Network. That's their first album, sort of funky kind of metal. Really do enjoy these. First album's really good. Forgot to Make Her Mind's probably one of the best tracks on there. Get to You's really good. Baby Don't Fade I really like as well. Excellent funky album. Then there's Slam, which was their second album, probably my favourite one. Yeah, top to bottom, this one's all bangers really. Superb album. Make It Easy, Slam, Tiger in a Dress, Rainbow Child, Doing the Love Thing. Yeah, really enjoyable album start to finish, that one. So if you're going to check out anything by Dan Reed Network, you've not heard them, you like a bit of funk and rock, that one's the one to go for, I would say. And I've got their third album, Heat, as well. Probably the weakest of the three in my opinion. I know people really do enjoy this one as well. Baby Now I, The Heat, yeah, some good tracks on there as well. But yeah, say for me, the weakest of the three, but still a decent album. Then I've got some Deep Purple. First one's Deep Purple in Rock, which is one of my favourites of the Ian Gillan era. I think they're obviously, you know, an influential band. They're not my favourite of those sort of, you know, the early 70s bands. This is the anniversary edition, so remastered from the original tapes. It's got some unreleased bits on it, studio outtakes, etc, etc. But yeah, good album. Speed King's on this one, Child in Time. So yeah, one of my favourites of the Ian Gillan era. It's got Black Knight on it as well, which I don't think was on the original version. But say Deep Purple, I think they're a decent band, but I do prefer the Coverdale Hughes era of them. I've got this one here, which is a bit of an oddity. This is a double CD. Well, it's weird, it's not even a double CD, it's one CD, but it's got two albums on it. So it's got Fireball on it and Come Taste the Band, so two different eras. Fireball is an okay album, a lot of people really like it. It's 1971, obviously the Ian Gillan, and Come Taste the Band was the last of the Coverdale Hughes era, and it's probably the weakest of the Coverdale Hughes. Obviously no Richie Blackmore on that one either. But yeah, both albums decent, say randomly, you know, on one CD. Looks vaguely foreign, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, that one. I've got the anniversary 2 CD edition of Machine Head. So it's basically like the first one, and then a remastered version of the same album. Highway Stars on this one, Smoke on the Water, Space Trucking, classic tracks. That's obviously the original album cover, comes in a slipcase. Yeah, decent album, classic album obviously. And I have also got Made in Japan, classic double live album of theirs. Comes on 2 CDs. So yeah, Highway Star, 12-minute version of Child in Time, 19-minute version of Space Trucking. Plenty of good stuff on there. So it's a classic album, really good live album. And the last one I've got is Burn, which was the first one with Coverdale Hughes. Probably my favourite Deep Purple album, to be honest with you. So yeah, the title track is a classic. Might Just Take Your Life's classic. Lay Down, Stay Down, Sail Away. Mistreated is probably one of my favourite tracks. Real bluesy, like, you know, cool track. So yeah, excellent. Haven't got Stormbringer yet, but that's the only one I really do want to get from Deep Purple. The rest of their catalogue I'm not overly fussed about, if I'm being honest. A few from Dimmu Borgia, Puritanical, Euphoric, I can't even say it, Misanthropia. This is a box set, this one, deluxe black box. It's got the CD in there, comes with a patch, and like a poster as well. So that's quite nice. Yeah, it's kind of like symphonic death metal, pretty decent, kind of like them. Yeah, I'm not listening to this one too much. I've also not listened to this one too much either. Death Cult Armageddon. comes in a sort of fold out. They do enjoy a fancy package, all sorts of stuff going on. And I've also got this one, which is in sort of Diaboli. This is the one I've heard quite a lot. This one's quite a deluxe package as well. This one's got a DVD with it, and also like some sort of book with a mirror. You have to, the lyrics are all written backwards in there, and you have to reuse the mirror to read the lyrics, because, you know, why not? But still, nice package. You know, I quite enjoy, obviously you're buying CDs, it's nice to get something for your money, so definitely good. So if you like sort of symphonic melodic death metal, really good. It's sort of similar to like Cradle of Filth, I guess, in that way. First Down album, Phil Anselmo, Pepper Keenan and Winstein, I believe. Yeah, really good. The first one's probably one of the better ones, I think. So that's that one there. Number 2, Down 2. Some good stuff on there too. That one. And also I've got Down 3, Over the Under. The digipack of that one. It's kind of cool. Got the booklet in there as well. Comes with a bit of a, looks completely shagged, like distressed look about it, but that's actually how it looks when it's brand new. Couple from Dead Kennedys. First album, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, probably their best one. This one's an all-time classic as far as I'm concerned. It's got all the best tracks on there, I guess. Kill the Poor, Let's Lynch the Landlord, Chemical Warfare, California Ruberalis, Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah, sort of 1980 this one came out. American punk, probably my favourite of the American punk bands, to be honest with you. Bit sort of surf rocky as well, but really, yeah, I do love this album so many times, man. It's just a really, really good album. And I've also got this one here, Plastic Surgery Disasters, with In God We Trust EP on it as well, so quite a lot of music on that one. Also really good, similar sort of thing to their first album. Government Flu's a really good one, Trust Your Mechanics a good one, Forest Fire and Halloween, they're both really cool. And it's got the theme from Rawhide on it as well. But yeah, real punky, really good stuff. I haven't got their Frankenchrist album, that was slightly different, longer songs and yeah, odder. Few from Doggy Dog now. This is the only one I'm really, really familiar with. All Borough Kings, which was their first one. We saw them, they supported Biohazard, and they were really cool. Pretty much went out and bought this album the next day. These Are Good Times, No Fronts obviously is the famous one on here. In the Doghouse is really cool. So really good, sort of rappy, funky, like metally, like, you know, underrated album, that one, good one. I've got Warrant from them as well, which is I think because Warrant did an album called Doggy Dog, so Doggy Dog did an album called Warrant, so why not. It's only got 6 tracks on it actually, so it's not a full album, a few remixes and stuff like that. Played Games, which I think was the one that came out after that. That's that one there. And also Amped, which I'm not familiar with at all really. That's that one there. That one came out in 1999, I believe. A couple from Downset as well, who were also supporting Biohazard, so it's Biohazard with Doggy Dog and Downset. That's their first album, their best album in my opinion. Once again, similar to sort of like a Rage Against the Machine style vibe, but a bit more street. Anger, Ritual, Take 'Em Out's really good. My American Prayers are really probably one of the best ones on here. Yeah, really cool album, you know. And I've also got their second album, Do We Speak a Dead Language, which is still pretty cool. Empowers, you know, the start track's probably one of the best ones on there. I didn't enjoy this one as much as their first album, to be honest with you, but it is still pretty cool. I've got Dillinger Escape Plan. This is the one they did with Mike Patton. Irony is a Dead Scene. So if you're familiar with them, you'll know kind of what it's all about. Just sort of math rock, really crazy sort of time changes and what have you. 1987, this one came out, so the only thing they did with Mike Patton. It's got a cover of Come to Daddy on it, which is the Aphex Twin song. But yeah, there's only 4 tracks on there, but it's it's pretty mad, good stuff. And I've also got their album One of Us Is the Killer, which is that one there. The title track on that one is an amazing track, I think, really cool. Slipcase, but it's the same as the cover. So that's that one there, that's pretty cool. That one came out in 2013. Obviously they're not a band anymore, they don't do stuff anymore. And I have got a couple from Dokken as well. I've got Under Lock and Key, which is a really cool album. It's Not Love's the famous one on there, but that's a really cool one. Unchain the Night is really cool. Just really good sort of 80s cheese metal, if you like, but well done, superbly done album. And I've also got Back for the Attack from them, which was the album that followed that up. And this one, I don't think there's a weak track on there. This one's an absolutely amazing album. Yeah, can listen to this all day long. Kiss of Death, Prisoner, just really catchy songs. Night by Night, Heaven Sent, Burning Like a Flame, Cry the Gypsy. Like, George Lynch tears it up on the guitar on this one. It's a really excellent album. It's got Dream Warriors, which was the Nightmare on Elm Street tune that they did. Yeah, this one came out in 1987. Pretty much after this they went, I don't know, George Lynch left and they became pretty rubbish, but this one, very strong album. Okay, what have we got now? A few from Bob Dylan. Freewheeling Bob Dylan. This one's a cool one, Blowing in the Wind. Bob Dylan's blues on here. Some pretty cool stuff on that one. I've got a few of his, not listened to it all massively. Times They Are Changing. So that's one that I'm not so familiar with. Highway 61 Revisited, that's a really cool album. I do enjoy that a lot. Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues, Like a Rolling Stone, Tombstone Blues. There's a lot of really cool stuff on this one. Desolation Row, excellent album that one. Blonde on Blonde, which is another I think this was a double album, so quite a lot of stuff on this one. Visions of Joanna, classic album. We have got John Wesley Harding, and Blood on the Tracks as well. Tangled Up in Blues, a really cool song on this one. So a few from him. Oh, and this one as well. Before the Flood with Bob Dylan and the band. Double CD. Picked this one up in a charity shop for like £1. So yeah, reasonable. Very rarely get a red fat box as well, so that was nice. Seven and the Ragged Tiger by Duran Duran. Used to like them back in the day. I think they're a pretty decent band, to be honest with you. They were all pretty good musicians, did some good songs. This one's got the Reflex on it. New Moon on Monday, Union of the Snake. So yeah, not bad. It's pretty decent actually. and I've got their Strange Behaviour CD, which is 2 CDs. It's all like the 12-inch version, so yeah, that's sort of pretty much got all the hits on them, but like the remix versions. So 2 CDs there, so that's worth having. Daft Punk, I've got Homework, which is their first album, which is pretty cool. It's got the funk on it, Around the World, Burning. It's pretty decent stuff on that one. Discovery by Daft Punk, it's got One More Time on it, Aerodynamic, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, which Kanye West obviously sampled. Yeah, I think this is probably their best album actually. That's that one there. And I've also got this Music Volume 1, which is like a greatest hits kind of compilation. Also comes with the DVD, which has got all the videos on it. Some of the videos are pretty cool as well, man. So yeah, it's a good one. I've got a couple comedy ones. Derek and Clive. I've got that's Come Again, I believe. Which, if you're not familiar with, is Peter Cook, Dudley Moore. Very offensive comedy. If you're sort of, you know, easily offended, don't listen to that. And I've also got Ad Nauseam by them as well, which is a similarly very offensive comedy album. Getting through them now. Damage Plan, Newfound Power, which is obviously the band that Dimebag and Vinnie Paul formed after Pantera split up. Found that one a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. This one, Dew Scented, issue 6. Not sure, my brother gave me this one, so not overly sure what that one's all about. Came out in 2005 on Nuclear Blast. Should give that one a listen. Demon Knight soundtrack. It's got yeah, Cemetery Gates by Pantera on it. Tonight We Murder by Ministry. Machine Head, My Misery. Diadems by Megadeth. So it's got a few decent ones on it. Beaten by Biohazard. Policia by Sepultura. Hey Man, Nice Shot by Filter, that's a cool track. So yeah, decent soundtrack, that one. Decapitated, The First Damned, not familiar with that one. Looks a bit deathy. So yeah, No Mind Records, that one came out on. But yeah, not familiar with them, so let me know what you think of them. Got Dark Throne, I think it's their third album, Transylvanian Hunger. Bought this one just because I thought it's a highly rated album. Don't mind a bit of black metal, but yeah, this one is it's interesting. It's obviously the production's absolute dog shit. But it's got an interesting sound to it, and it is a classic album, rightly or wrongly. So yeah, Dark Throne, Transylvanian Hunger, don't mind that. Disturbed, 10,000 Fists, not their greatest fan, but you know, you go into a charity shop, you will find a Disturbed album here, there and everywhere. I think once you've heard one of their albums, you've kind of heard it all. It's got some decent ones on it though. Stricken's pretty good. It's got their version of Land of Confusion on here, which is pretty cool. And I've also got Asylum by them as well. Another charity shop find. DragonForce, Inhuman Rampage is the one with Through the Fire and the Flames on it. Once again, you only really need one album of theirs because they are all fairly, you know, shred similar, but you know, a fun album. The first Darkness album, Permission to Land, everyone owns that. I Believe in a Thing Called Love, Get Your Hands Off My Woman, Growing on Me. Yeah, it's a decent album, to be honest with you. Damn Yankees Don't Tread, which is like Ted Nugent. Jack Blades, Tommy Shaw. It's not actually, but yeah, it's a pretty decent album, this one actually. Not bad at all. It's broken, but you know, what isn't? But yeah, not a bad album, that one. Eternally Damned, so that's the very best of the Damned. Decent punk band from the late 70s, obviously went on and, you know, became a bit more gothic, etc. But they've done some good tunes, obviously Neat 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 and New Rose, the early ones, which are really good. Love Song, Smash It Up, excellent tracks. It's got Nasty on it, it's got Grimly Fiendish, it's even up to like Eloise and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty good collection from the Damned. CD single of There Goes the Fear by Doves. I bought this because it was literally out for one day. It was like, yeah, we're releasing it for one day, so it might, you know, I thought, oh wow, that might be really valuable one day, but it's not, it's shit. Dread Zeppelin, Unleaded, their first album. This one's amazing, really do love this. So it's basically like Led Zeppelin covers in a reggae style with an Elvis impersonator doing the singing, and yeah, it's better than it sounds. It's, yeah, honestly, it's a really, like, absolutely, probably listens to this like more than anyone ever has, should have. But yeah, really, really good album. Came out in the late 80s, maybe early 90s, I think. Literally 1990. So, but yeah, if that sounds like your thing, this is honestly well worth listening to. First Doors album, Break On Through, is the start track, probably the most famous. I Light My Fire, obviously, as well. Don't mind the Doors at all. I've got Dr. Dre 2001. Enjoyed The Chronic as well. This one's a decent album. Forgot About Dre, next episode, still DRE. Yeah, it's a good album, to be fair. Datsun's, their first album. It's pretty cool. Once again, a charity shop special. Listenable album, pretty decent. This is Eric Clapton remasters. This is Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Do really enjoy this one. One of my favourite sort of Clapton albums. I Looked Away, Bell Bottom Blues. It's, yeah, it's just it's got a cover of a little wing on there as well. But yeah, very enjoyable album. Obviously Layla, you know, famous track on there. And the last one is the Deftones, Adrenalize, their first album, Adrenaline, sorry, should I say. Never the biggest fan of the Deftones, to be honest with you. People like, yeah, they, you know, go mad for them, and I don't know. I know this is not their best album, but it's okay. It's, but yeah, never been a massive fan of them. And then quickly, just to go through the ones, so I've done a ranking on Dio, so I've got Holy Diver, Last in Line, Sacred Heart, Dream Evil, Lock Up the Wolves, Strange Highways, Angry Machines, Magica, Killing the Dragon, Master of the Moon, which is his last album, and Dio the Collection, which is like a greatest hits and a few live stuff bits on there as well. So if you're interested in like me going into a bit more depth on those, there's the Dio ranking video, which you'll find on my page, and you can, you know, click on that, and you know, you'll find out what I think is my favourite and least favourite. And then I've got Danzig, which I've done the same with. So I've got the first album, Lucifuge, Danzig 2, Danzig 3, How the Gods Kill, Danzig 4, 4P, Satan's Child, 666, 7, I Luciferi. That is it. So yeah, you can check out my Danzig ranking also, find out which I think is the best and which is the worst. And then my Bruce Dickinson, I've got Tattooed Millionaire, Balls to Picasso, Skunk Works, Accident of Birth, Chemical Wedding, and Tyranny of Souls. So my Bruce Dickinson ranking is also on my page, so check that out if you want me to go into depth and give you my rankings on those. So yeah, it's been a bit of a slog. Thanks very much if you stayed there to the end, then I appreciate that. That's much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. So I've got some more D's to come. I've got Dream Theater and I've got Def Leppard, so I'll be doing those next. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Take it steady. Cheers.